Hello, everyone, and welcome to this. This is your weekly pro wrestling.me. That's PWME TNA Impact Wrestling review. It's currently the 30th of April 2016. Well, it's 1:41 a.m. in the morning. I hope you've had a great evening so far. Thank you for joining me if you're listening live to your weekly TNA Impact Wrestling review. I'm here live in the PWME UK HQ, aka my office in the garden. Thank you so much for joining me, for listening to this on demand. Thank you so much for joining me. Also, if you're listening live, please put some live comments in the live comments section down in the live chat. Even if you're on a mobile device, it doesn't matter what device you're using, it all works. But thank you for joining me if you are. And tomorrow is a very sad day for me because last week one of my friends from school passed away. He committed suicide. So tomorrow is his wake thing. Well, basically everyone at school is basically meeting up in a little restaurant gimmick and going to talk memories and things like that. And I won't be able to go because I'm working. There's nothing I can do about it. I'm working. I can't just no show because of this, sadly. So here's a nice alcoholic beverage if you're out there. Uh, I miss you, buddy. Oh, damn, that's rank. Yeah, it was just so sad. I fought some with the family and just I went to school with that guy. I'm 19 years old. The guy was so smart. The guy was so talented. I didn't get it. I oh, dude, what an upsetting way to start off this TN Impact Wrestling review. But I just had to do that. I had to get a drink and a toast to my buddy Harry out there. That's should life gone early. Anyway, TN Impact Wrestling review. TNA finished watching this show around about 2 hours ago. I originally started watching it Wednesday, and as always with TNA Impact Wrestling, I start watching something on Wednesday, finish it on Friday. It's just the way it's worked with me and TNA Impact Wrestling for the past, I don't know, I'd say year or two. I can't physically sit there and sit through a whole episode of TNA Impact Wrestling, even if it's a pay per view. I don't care what it is. I just find it difficult. That's not a knock. That's not a bash. That's not a that's not a disagreement with what they put out there. It's just I find it so irrelevant that it takes me a few watching. It, again, I didn't mean to be offensive there. My passion for TNA used to be there. It used to touch this goddamn ceiling. Impact Wrestling passion used to be here. Now it's media about here. And it upsets me because it's so taped. And when I mean taped, I'm not being a dickhead by saying it's taped, blah, 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 blah. I'm saying you don't tell me, oh, it's always been taped. No, it used to be taped every Tuesday to Elder Thursday. Now it's being taped 2 months ago to where now. That's a long, long time. And that really bothers me. Also, the fact that I whoever the champion is, I just don't care because the belt doesn't seem important for some particular reason. Please, I don't give a fuck right now. I'm gonna be honest. The championships mean jack shit to me. They're hot shot all the time. The championships mean nothing to me. I just have zero passion, zero interest in this product. However, it's a wrestling show, so I'm going to take the TNA hat off. I'm going to take all the hats off, and I'm going to watch it as a reviewer because that's what you came here for me to see. So please put in the comments: was this show a win? Was this show a tie? Or was this show a loss? I'm going to give this show a weak win. I thoroughly enjoyed the wrestling on this show. However, I did not see it as important. The World Championship match was kicked off the show, which automatically irritated me. I couldn't give a fuck about. I just didn't care. And this was taped so far advanced ages ago that the man who lost the King of the Mountain Championship, he was involved in a different promotion a few nights ago that was taped. Okay? And do not dare in the comments use the excuse, NXT is taped. That's different. It's an hour show and it's full of squash matches. This is not. It's your main show. Okay, WWE do not tape their show months in advance. No, they do not. And I'm not. Don't dare call me a WWE fanboy because WWE stinks and it sucks. Their payback pay per view coming up intrigues me. It really does. I think it's going to be one heck of a wrestling show. However, WWE as a whole sucks. I went to Monday Night Raw live a week ago, and it killed my passion for professional wrestling. Why do you think there's been lack of content from me? Why haven't I been on the Raw review? Because I have a choice of falling asleep at a respectable time of 2 a.m. or staying up to about 6 a.m. to watch Monday Night Raw live and then talk about it on the damn show. No, I'm not going to, because I don't care. I just do not care. That's my problem. It's 2016. I'm halfway through it. We're approaching a Payback pay-per-view that's really intriguing. A New Japan Wrestling in Dantanku that's really intrigued me. A Ring of Honor Global Wars event that really intrigued me. I still don't care. My passion for professional wrestling is at an all-time low, and that upsets me. Like, it should not take me 2 times to watch an episode of Impact. Why? This was a good episode of Impact. It just doesn't. I just don't care. Does any of you out here understand me? I pray that you do. Do you just understand me to the point where you just don't care? Like, it's Impact. Who cares? It's just the way I see it. I told you I'm going to be brutally honest. If it hurts your feelings, it hurts your feelings. That's my opinion. I'm going to stick with it. It feels unimportant and uninteresting and skippable. If I didn't watch Impact last week, you wouldn't have realized by this show. It's like Monday Night Raw. If you miss a week's Raw, like I haven't watched this week's Raw, I know what happened. You know, I saw the YouTube highlights. That's not how it should be. You should crave and think, Impact Wrestling's on that site. I have to go watch it. I have to go watch it now on watchwrestling.ch or whatever the fuck you use. I have to go watch it now. When's it going to be uploaded? Or I can't wait for Sunday when it's going to be on Challenge TV. Why isn't it like that? It's not. It's disappointing. Anyway, so we start with a tribute to China. Another one lost far too early. And I don't want to talk about death too much because obviously sad times with my friend passing. But I don't want to talk about that too much anyway. So you have Tyrus. He opens up this edition of TNA Impact, which is the Sacrifice edition of Impact, because we don't have any pay-per-views now because the American fans don't buy the damn things, so they just stop doing it. That's a difference, okay? In England, only people who say Impact in the UK is big, I want to take this glass and smash it over your head. TNA Impact is not big in the UK. 180,000 people on average per week watch Impact in the UK. That's not big. The difference between UK fans and American fans is that UK fans pay for merch, they pay for live events, they pay for house shows, they pay for TV tapings, they are willing to spend the money because it's a product they support. American fans, on the other hand, don't, hence why there's no more pay-per-views. They make one-night only shows which go on the Fight Network and also come on over here in the UK because they're going to pay for it. There is a difference. There is a major, major difference. And if you don't see that difference, then that's your hard loss. But we have Tyrus versus Drew Galloway for the TNA Heavyweight Championship, not of the world, because it's not really a world championship anymore. Well, it is really. Yeah, that's cruel. It is still the TNA World Heavyweight Championship because TNA is still airing internationally. And if a company is to buy out Impact, I think that would be one of the main reasons to buy out Impact, is simply because of the international deals. I think it's a big and important factor in buying the product. I think that's if WWE would buy the product, I think that's one thing that could stop them, is that they'd have to buy out all these TV deals. So that's probably why they probably won't buy Impact. But Challenge TV, by the way, guys, if just for instance, say we got on Challenge TV, every single person who owns a home in England gets access to Challenge TV, which is what TNA is on. Very few and limited people actually have Sky Sports. A, you actually have to have Sky broadband package, and B, you actually have to pay an extra £20 a month to have Sky Sports. Very limited people watch Monday Night Raw. But even though Monday Night Raw still outbeats TNA Impact Wrestling in UK ratings, and Monday Night Raw is on at 1 a.m. to 4:15 a.m. and Impact's on prime time. It's on prime time. But I don't want to go on a rant here because I'm already losing my shit, and they're not a good thing. Again, if you're watching this live, please leave some live comments. If you're watching this on later on in the weekend, please also leave some comments. Drew Galloway got the win with the Future Shock DDT. There was a decent spot with a superplex. Josh Matthews, this was the first time that it really grinded my gears. If he says the word innovative offense one more time, I swear I'm going to put his head down the toilet. Josh Matthews and Pope could potentially be the single-handedly worst commentary team I've ever seen in my life. Josh Matthews sounds like his voice is about to crack. Oh my God, there's superplex. And then the Pope, when the superplex, oh my God, Tyrus with the superplex. That's legit how he sounded. Excuse me. How he does it, I don't know. It's Awful commentary. Awful. Disgusting. I think you could get fucking me, Coco, and Booms on there. You're going to get more entertaining commentary. And we'll just be sat there saying, oh, we're here at the Impact Zone with our cocks out. Like, that's more entertaining. Like, their commentary is so bad that you can't even describe it. Why is this match open in the show? Great question. I don't know. I do not know why this match was open in the show. Why you put your World Championship on first, again, alludes to the championships mean jack shit. By the way, I touched on this on the PWME preview, PWME news, sorry. There's a new brand of Monster energy drinks come out. This isn't a paid sponsor. I don't think Monster can sponsor us. Anyway, if you live in England, go down your local shops. We've got new. If you live in the south, there's a new Ultra Red and a new Ultra White. The Ultra White is very tasty. I'm going to be trying the Ultra Red during our Payback preview. Whenever Mr. David KocoSports gets back to me, the son of a bitch, we'll be doing that. But back to summarize, Drew Galloway retained the TNA Heavyweight Championship of the world in a decent match. Went about 10 minutes. I actually, for the majority of the part, enjoyed the match, and I don't usually enjoy Tyrus matches, but I did enjoy this one. Drew Galloway, again, probably one of the best professional wrestlers on the planet right now, and good choice to have as a world champion. I'm going to be honest with you, great choice to have as your world champion. Even though this is all XW guys, and that's one thing that also pisses me off. And one positive I'm going to tell you right now is that TNA signed today Caleb Conley and Allison Kay. That's a good job. They're not television people. They're going to become television people because you signed them, same as Pepper Parks and Cherry Bomb. That I respect, that I like. But I don't like is Drew Galloway, former W guy. Tyrus, former W guy. EC3, former W guy. Mike Bennett, former television guy. Gail Kim, former W person. Eric Bram, former W person. There's just so many. That's just off this show that are just WWE. I don't like saying this. People that WWE do not want, they chuck to TNA, and that's not how it should be. TNA should find great talents in the independent scene, which is thriving. Caleb Conley, bingo, great points from me. Honestly, that's a phenomenal shout and a phenomenal grab there for TNA, and I guarantee that guy will do wonders. I'm a huge fan of the Premier Athlete brand in Evolve Wrestling and in the WN, and I was a fan of his work in Full Impact Pro, which is a Florida independent down in Florida. So I'm a fan of Caleb Conley, and I'll be interested to see his work in TNA. Then we have backstage, you have Maria cuts a promo. She's basically dressed as a cat. She brags about leading the Knockouts division. She said no one can stop her, not even Gail. Then we go back to another backstage segment. We have Rude and Storm talking about facing the Decade. I like that, promoting the Decade match. Not what WWE does, where they just flash you a stupid screen filter that says, up next, the Beer Money versus the Decade. Up next, we have Gail Kim going one-on-one with Rosemary from the Decay. Gail lost this match after Maria and Crazy Steve both got involved, distracted her. Rosemary basically sprayed her mist to get the win. Decent match, went about 6 to 7 minutes, if I remember correctly. Again, this Gail Kim versus Maria Kanada's feud, Jade has the Knockouts Championship. So, in my eyes, the way I see this is that the focus should be on the Knockouts Championship. However, I do understand that we're going to go with a Gail Kim versus Maria Kaneda through the Slammiversary. That just makes logical sense and where we're going to go. So I understand that. I like the aspect, and I really hope they don't have Maria wrestle until the pay-per-view, saying, look, pay to see Maria wrestle, pay to see Maria get her ass kicked. I like that. Also, Rosemary now with a win over Gail Kim. Obviously, Gail Kim, one of the most established women in the division, entitles her to a maybe potentially a Knockouts Championship match sometime down the line. So now you have Rosemary and Jade having a championship match. So that's, just spicing things up in the division instead of just Gail Kim and Jade. You now have Rosemary added to the mix. That makes things a lot more interesting. And I'm a huge fan of the way the Decade are produced, presented, and promoted. 3 Ps. And I'm a fan of all 3 of those Ps when it pertains to the Decade. I am a huge, huge, huge fan of the Decade. Words can't describe how much of a Decade mark I am. And that's a shoot. That's an honest shoot. I absolutely love the way they are. And I do not want them to change in any way, shape, or form, because I know there was a cease and desist letter the other week with the Decade, and I swear to I will go absolutely batshit crazy if any reason why the Decade split up, because it's such a great faction, such a great group. It's presented well, it's different, it's edgy. If you watch that 1 a.m. with all the lights off, that's going to fucking shit you up. That's a shoot. That is a great stable, a great faction, a great group, and I absolutely fucking love it. That is a great job there from TNA. That's a great job. Dude, this was awesome. This was absolutely out of this world good. Okay, so Eli Drake comes out. Okay, he's getting ready for his new talk show segment, and the new talk show segment is Facts of Life. Then we have a gimmick where Jeff Hardy, Spliff Hardy, he is still selling his injuries from last week. So we have the Fact of Life. Okay, so every time Eli Drake hits this button gimmick, he's got like a table, he's in a dress up suit, he's looking very slick. Every time he hits the buzzer, it goes, dummy, yeah. And I mean, fucking hysterical. Like, I'm literally cracking up. Dummy, yeah. Like, literally, like that in Eli Drake's voice. It's absolutely hysterical. So he brings out the bromance. He rips Robbie E. And after every time he rips him, hits the button, goes, dummy, yeah. He does the same to Jesse Goddard. Then Jesse Goddard and Robbie E. beat down on him. They go to do the double closing over the top rope. But Eli Drake rolls out under the ring and runs to the back. You're getting heel heat there on Eli Drake. You get the talk show over. If there was a dummy, yeah, app on your phone where you hit it and it went dummy, yeah, literally is the most amazing thing in the planet. So if you're out there now and you do not know what I mean, check that segment out. That was the segment of the week for me personally. No, not the match of the week. Obviously, it wasn't a match. It was a segment. It was fucking hysterical. If you watched that and didn't laugh, bro, relax. It's Impact. It doesn't matter. It's entertainment, and I was entertained. That was absolutely hysterical. I love Eli Drake because my name is L fucking K. That's going to be my new gimmick now. I'm going to be a hack, and I'm going to steal Eli Drake's gimmick because I think that's phenomenal. I don't know why WWE turned Eli Drake down. I remember he was part of NXT for a while. He had a match, if I'm right, with Yoshitatsu or Justin Gabriel in NXT a couple of years ago, and now he's in Impact. And it's good. I've been moaning and complaining for the past few months about him getting character. This is exactly what the doctor ordered. Great stuff here from Impact. I'm thoroughly impressed with that segment. When the segment flashed up, I was thinking, oh my god, this is going to be the worst segment in the history of professional wrestling. That was honestly my opinion. That's obviously not from viewing or seeing it. That was my opinion. And when it started, and when he started talking and hitting that button saying, dummy, yeah, I have never laughed so hard in my life. Please do me a favor. If you take anything away from this review, check that out on the YouTube channel. It's absolutely hysterical. And then I have EC3 kind of promo Mike Bennett and vows to pin or submit him tonight on this episode of Impact. Again, promoting the main event. Good job. Then we have the Decade versus Beer Money for the TNA World Tag Team Championships, which the Decade win after Rosemary low-blowed Rude while he tried to do a Rude bomb, and Storm gets chokeslammed. Bobby Roode gets chokeslammed on the thumbtacks. It looked nasty. He screamed in pain. Abiz got the win. In a, excuse me, I hate that it was a Valley, some kind of Valley gimmick. I'm looking at results using wrestling as we always do here at KocoSports. But it doesn't say what type of match it was. And again, because I'm so uninterested, it was the Valley of Vord, whatever it was. Basically, the lights were darkened and it was brutal. Again, I was a huge fan of this match. I was thoroughly entertained. This was a very good match. It wasn't the best match I've ever seen in my life. It wasn't the best TNA match. It wasn't the best tag team championship match you've ever seen in your life. But it was what it was. And that was thoroughly entertaining. It doesn't matter. Who cares? All of us know, Bobby Roode's fucked off. Who cares? It's irrelevant because it was taped so long ago. It just doesn't matter. This was taped before WrestleMania, which was a pay-per-view ago. Nearly a whole month ago. And we're finally getting the part where Bobby Roode leaves. And he was at NXT TakeOver 2 days before that. It just feels so taped. That's like, we always complain this about Ring of Honor. It's so taped. It just doesn't seem relevant and it just doesn't seem important. This is how I feel when it regards to Impact Wrestling. And then we have Bram. He gets a promo on Eric Young. He says he will end him. Then we have another segment. There's so many segments in this damn thing. We have Mike Bennett. He says he won't lose to EC3 and points out that no one has defeated him yet. Again, preluding to making that moment at the end of this show feeling even more damn special. Then we have the TNA King of the Mountain Championship on the line. What an awful name for a championship. Scratch that. Make that the television championship. Oh, wait, they've already done that. We have Bram versus Eric Young. You had Bram getting the win after putting Eric Young through a table with the brighter side of suffering, which is an Impaler DDT. That was obviously the writing out of Eric Young. You'll now no longer see Eric Young in a TNA Impact Wrestling ring. I will not give away the spoilers, but you know where you can see Eric Young in that company's ring on a future episode of that company. Because the night is dark and full of spoilers. If everyone knows now, I mean, fucking, they had that on their own Twitter machine, their own YouTube channel. But I'm not gonna say who they are in case you avoid spoilers like it's the plague. And if you do, I honestly do not. I'd have nothing against that. If I had my way, I wouldn't go on Twitter. But again, I have Twitter to promote this show and interact with you guys. And my Twitter is at LK Wrestling. If you follow me, I'll guarantee to follow you back. But that was a decent match. Maybe make this a bit longer. And maybe promote this, because there wasn't really much promotion of this match, from what I've seen anyway on this episode of Impact. But in the end of the day, Eric Young now off, Ketras down the line, don't blame you. Bram now with the King of the Mountain Championship. He's a face, I think, I gather, because obviously Eric Young attacked him last week and power driver. From what I gather, I didn't watch last week's Impact, but that's what I saw from a flashback gimmick that they have, the rewind thing, where it tells you what's happening with the storyline. So, in the end of the day, I'm happy Bram has the King of the Mountain Championship. Hopefully, scrap that championship. Don't call it the King of the Mountain Championship. It's an absolute awful and ludicrous name for a belt. Please do not ever call a championship King of the Mountain again. Get rid of it. Scrap it. It's the TV championship. Period. End of story. But it was a decent match, and I did enjoy it for what it's worth. Then we have Galloway. He says he wants to confront Lashley on next week's episode. Then we have Jeff Hardy, Spliff Hardy. He talks about last week with the I Quit match. Rebbe and Spud come out to confront him. Rebbe insists Fatty made Spliff a star. She tells Spliff that Fatty will be coming back as a different man. She then spits in his face. Spud verbally trashes him too, then attacks his injured leg, but Spliff hits him with a twist of fate to end the segment. I was a huge fan of this. I'm now gathering that the Spliff and Fat feud is going to continue, which upsets me a lot because it's been going on forever now. It was okay in 2009. It was okay in 2015. It's just okay. I get it. I'm bored now. Even in 2001, it was kind of like dull, boring. You know, there's no world championship involved. It's just okay. I see where they're going. I do. I understand why they're doing it. However, I'm just uninterested in either man. I've never been a fan of the Hardys. That's personal preference. And don't say it's because they're in TNA. No, it's not. They could be in WWE, and I still hate them. I just think they're overrated as fuck. I just don't. I see them as spot monkeys. I don't enjoy them. That's a fact. Then we have the main event of the evening: Mike Bennett versus EC3, and Mike Bennett pinned EC3 clean after he reversed basically a $1 million dream, full Nelson kind of gimmick. He basically rolled him up and got the win. Maria did get involved once or twice and distracted the ref. This marks Carter's EC3's first ever pinfall loss. EC3's there shocked. He looks verklempt. He looks absolutely mad. Mike Bennett's facials, guys, was absolutely out of this world incredible. It was so good I had to tweet about it. It was phenomenal. Just watch this guy's storytelling and his facials. The look on his face, like, holy fuck, I did it, was absolutely phenomenal. What you just looked at him and thought, what a dick. EC3's are like, you feel sorry, you have sympathy, which helps the character even more. You have Mike Bennett now as a big heel. He knocked off EC3. He can now go on to challenge for the World Championship. EC3 is obviously still going to be in that contention. He's technically only lost 3 times, twice for the World Championship, which were dusty and screwy finishes to the Fat Man, and also, well, actually once that only happened once. Actually, no, he lost in a triple threat, which he didn't actually get pinned, and this was his first pinfall loss. And that was a great stuff there. So overall, I'm going to give it a weak win. I thoroughly enjoyed this episode of Impact Wrestling. However, it just felt unimportant, irrelevant, because it was so dated. Hopefully now with the new set and fresh set of TV tapings, I might actually show some interest in the damn product. However, this is the only product that takes me so long to watch. This happened on Tuesday night. It's now Friday, and I've just finished watching it. Really aggravating and really irritating, but it's just the way it's been now with Impact Wrestling for such a long time. And it frustrates me and annoys me, but what can I do about it? There's nothing I can do about it. I can just pray and hope that I'm interested in the product sometime down the line. I'm going to see if we have any live comments. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, I'm expecting this to be a very hated show because of my negativity towards Impact Wrestling. But again, I just don't give a fuck right now. I don't. If you don't like me reviewing Impact, honestly, don't listen. Period. But if you have listened and respect the opinion, if you have your own opinion, if you don't hate my opinion, I don't hate your opinion. If you do, put it in the comments below. We have Rey Mysterio, the King of Porn. in the comments we have, why did EC3 lose? Why? That's a great question, but they've put a lot of money, but not, they don't have that. They put a lot of TV time into Mike Bennett. They put a lot of effort and emphasis on this character, the Miracle. So I think EC3 is a great rub. EC3 looked strong in defeat. He had control the majority of the match. He did look strong in defeat, and this is only his first defeat. We can obviously expect, him to get, his redemption and get EC3 to get the win over Mike Bennett and then go on to challenge once again for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. That's what I'm expecting. That's what I'm hoping. But either way, I think it's magnificent what they did here. I can't put this over enough. What a great, the story that was told here was world class. It was phenomenal, and I really recommend everyone to watch the Fact of Life segment with Eli Drake, and also check out the main event because it was enjoyable. Would you bang Dixie? That's a tough one. She's a bit old for me. I'm only 19, so it's a bit old. Would I bang Dixie? That's from Ray Mustani. This isn't me just coming off the top of my head. Of course you knew that. No. I wouldn't bang Dixie Carter. I don't think she's that attractive, and she's a bit old. She's like, could be my nan. Well, not my nan. That's a bit harsh. I think she could be my mom. Not why my top. Well, we have a plethora of comments here. Will we be with Coco after Payback? I'm not sure. I know I'm going to be doing a preview of Coco if the man decides to hurry up. It's 2:08 a.m. right now. I'm absolutely fucking slaughtered, but I'm staying up and fighting the good fight, waiting for Dave Coco to message me saying we're all good and ready to rock and roll with this pay-per-view preview / prediction show anytime soon, for crying out loud. But I'm waiting for him to reply. But in the end of the day, I'm very... the original question, will you be with Coco after Payback? I haven't told him yet, so this is breaking news for you. No, I will not be on the review show after Payback, because this is the first ever pay-per-view that, for some particular reason, I don't know why, I am watching with my girlfriend. And my girlfriend wants to watch Payback with me. I don't know why. I saw a fucking Payback preview on YouTube, and she said, are you watching? I said, yes, of course. She's coming around Sunday night, because she's coming around for the weekend. And she wants to watch Payback, and it finishes at 4 a.m. And, I might get lucky after. So when you're watching the Mr. David Kokota's Payback 2016 review, I'll be getting laid. Enjoy that. Enjoy that thought in your mind. That was just for you, Raymond Stanley. That was just for you. She did it for you. Well, she didn't. Will TNA go out of business? I hope not, because at the end of the day, it's got international television deals. They make talents more important than what they are. Eric Young, Bobby Roode, they can now go off and make shitloads of money. In the end of the day, I don't want to see it, but this narcissistic, sadistic side of me does. I can't bear these Impact shows. They're kind of a chore to watch. They just take so long to sit through. It takes me 2 to 3 to 4 sittings sometimes. I remember an episode a few weeks ago took me 6 sittings and I didn't finish it. Legit, that's an honest hand on English heart shoot. Honestly, disgraceful. What do you think will be announced at Man's on Payback? That's a great question. I don't know. I don't want to give that away. We got a Payback predictions and preview. I don't want to give that away. LK equals ratings. Why LK? Why we need you? I guess I could, but I just imagine the situation. Yeah, you can get a bit up on your own. Why? I'm going to do a podcast. I always at 1 a.m. I'm like, yeah, I'm just going out to the office now, and that's like, yeah, cool. She's already asleep. That's fine. But when we're up together and watching something together, then saying, look, you can fuck off upstairs by yourself because I'm going to go in the office. It's a bit disrespectful and a bit rude, and my mom would be angry. Yes, I'm 19 years old. My mom would be angry and disappointed. She's like, oh, you shouldn't treat your girlfriend like that. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, shut up, you toilet. Do you know how lucky you are to have this national treasure as your son? And then she goes, do you know how lucky you are to have an office in your back garden? Very true. Will Reigns turn heel? No. That's awesome. And as Mr. Dave Kokota states, WWE is not in the business of being awesome. So make sure you stick around for the WWE Payback 2016 preview / prediction show. Thank you for sticking around for this Impact Wrestling review. I know you lot hate live comments. Some of you love them, some of them hate them. It's like TNA. You either love it or you hate it. I'm in the middle. I'm like, you know what? Sometimes I don't mind it, but right now I'm just not in the mood for it. So make sure you leave a like, make sure you leave a comment, make sure you hit the subscribe button, make sure you head over to pricing.me. I apologize again for the lack of content from my behalf. I've been hitting out PWME news. I've finished that one earlier. So if you haven't even listened to this live, go back and check out the PWME news that I did just a mere hour ago. I talked about TNA signings, WWE, TNA, AIW, and a lot. So just check that out. I do that every single day for this channel. Also head over to KocoSports.net. It's KFCSports.net. It's where we're going to catch up with sports. And above all, it's okay to be a passionate fan. Like, comment, subscribe. Stay safe, stay well. It's been your boy LK, and I'll be damn sure catching your asses down the line.